store that sells hardware. I invested in this, like, I don't know, last year, and I cannot tell you the amount of times I've used it. It is a car jumper. It is a USB charger, and it also has a regular 12-volt, and, all you got to do is toggle a battery. It's an all-in-one power station, plus it has a air bumper-upper so you could inflate a tire. I drive a truck, and my tires require 38 pounds of pressure. I can fill it up to that appropriate amount within 6 minutes with this portable charge station. It will last on a single charge for about, 3 weeks easily. I have actually, plugged my phone charger into it and charged my phone up. It fits under the seat of my, the rear seat of my truck, and that thing goes everywhere with me. And it has an emergency. Yeah, it's about 20 pounds. It's about 20 pounds. It's about 12 inches wide and about 8 inches tall. And it's got a carrying handle. Like I said, it's a car jumper, air inflator, or even for like inner tubes. We've packed it down to the river and plugged in a Bluetooth speaker to power a radio box. Well, Bluetooth speaker. So, but I love it. It is the best $100 I've ever spent, and I think it's really convenient. And I have actually given jumps to people in town because it's more convenient for me to just pull it out of the truck instead of trying to angle my truck up and match where their battery is. And so I just grab that thing and then, you need a jump? Okay. Pack the power station over there. And like I said, it's about 20 pounds. It's very compact. It fits right under my seat. So.
One thing I did forget to mention with block heaters. Some places do sell block heaters that are made to go on the exterior of your vehicle. Do not buy them. Due to the fact that the exterior of our vehicles, every vehicle has small leaks, small drips, and always our vehicles are dirty underneath. That can never be stopped. They will start your vehicle on fire. So if you want to warm up your car really well, go ahead and grab one.
That's good to know.
Hey, well, I'll tell you the best $200 I ever spent at Costco. As you guys know, probably, I've got the ultimate bug-out vehicle in Izzy, my Isuzu Trooper. She's got an entire setup of solar panels on the hood that goes to a 12-volt deep cycle battery on the passenger seat, floor. And it's really fantastic. Even on a winter day like today was, it was a little sun peeking through. It'll get filled up with battery power, and I can do all my electronics that way. I can make sure that my phone is still charged, under emergency situations, so I can make sure I can call somebody. And those things are amazing. It's just every once in a while you'll see these vendors come through Costco, and they'll have this one's called Goal Zero, and a lot of solar, kind of products. I think the two solar panels that I have on the hood, strapped down with heavy-duty straps, so it's not going anywhere, are about $80 a piece, those two solar panels. And, of course, if you want to get that deep cycle battery to store the energy, it's another about $200 for that unit. But, boy, I've had that thing on my car for probably almost 4 years now. Still working strong.
Excellent. Now, do we have anything else to add as far as vehicle side goes? Because we're going to hit what do you do in your home when the power goes out.
Do not run your vehicle if you are stuck on the side of the road. turn your vehicle off, use your emergency blankets, use your warm clothing, keep the vehicle non-running. You can die from carbon dioxide poisoning inside your car just from sitting on the side of the road and having it running. Especially if you are stuck in snow. Your exhaust is usually covered by that snow.
This is true.
The only place it has to escape is inside the vehicle.
You know, there's another small little item that's very handy that I like. I don't know, you go to that part of the store where it says, as seen on TV, those cool little gadgets that you can buy.
Oh, I love that place.
Yeah. Almost any store, well, a lot of stores have that little section in there. And I purchased some solar lights that go on the outside of my vehicle. I've got probably, I think I have one on either side of the back quarter panel of my trooper. And those things have been going for years, and they work just very well. They're motion sensor lights. So whenever I walk up to my car, or if a vehicle drives past my car, the light comes on the side of my vehicle and lights up, basically kind of downward, lights up the ground and the walking path around my vehicle. They're very inexpensive. I think they're about $15 or something like that. And I'm just been surprised on how durable those things are. There's no batteries. There's nothing in there. It's run off by solar power. During the day, it stores it up and gives you a heck of a feeling to be able to at least go and find your car in the middle of the night. And as you just walk up to it, you can see where you put your key in the car to open the door, and all sorts of handy things to have your car a little bit brighter at night.
And you know, I'd like to get one of those RV style. They're only like $125, $150. But solar panels that can run at least the water pump, for the well. So if the power goes out, we still have water. I think it'd be enough wattage to push the water pump. And with that, we have about 10 minutes for the top of the hour. So Megan, go ahead and go into the generator side, because generators are key to when we're losing power.
Oh, man. Okay, so there's two ways to run a generator to a house. You can get a standby whole house. You will need a lockout on your electrical panel. And the procedure for that is if you lose power, your standby will automatically engage. You're supposed to run out to the power box, click that kill switch. That way, if the power comes back on, it doesn't backfeed. And then you're going to have a transformer issue or a really major issue inside your house. So that standby disconnect switch is very important. You would need a licensed electrician to install that. Basically, when that is engaged and your generator is running, if the power comes back on, it's simple. You come out, you kill it, and then your house power will be fed from the street line. You've got portable generators. That is very easy. You run, extension cords to whatever you need, necessities, and you fire it up, you plug everything in, and you wait for the power to come back on. I, too, have the same well issue, and being that wells were brought up, when power outage occurs and you are on wells, if you have a gas water heater, propane or natural gas, it is very important that if you are out for any longer than like 8 to 12 hours, you need to turn the rheostat dial down to vacation. That will actually lower the temperature and have it like in a standby mode. That way your propane or gas heater does not cook off. I actually had to run over to the neighbors. They're elderly. We were out of power for, 18 hours, and their water heater almost cooked off, and they couldn't figure out why. I looked at it. It's gas. They had it at 140 degrees, and I immediately turned it down and let some water out of the pet valve and basically saved the day. But, I knew that procedure. Apparently, I thought everybody did. But very important, the vacation mode actually regulates the pilot. That way it's not sitting there full blast trying to keep the water at 140 degrees.
Right.
So
nothing moving. And that makes sense, but for the folks that are new to propane, I learned something because, we have everything, and it sucks because everything's electric in our house, so our power bill's astronomical. But
yep, yeah, and if you have an electric water heater, the power's off to it, it's not going to sit there and cook off the water. But with gas, you have the pilot that is maintained in the bottom, unless it's an on-demand system. If it's an on-demand system, it is an electronically fired system, and it will go out when the power goes out. So check, because some of the older ones will have a standby pilot, but the newer ones, they actually go out when the power goes out, so you alleviate that issue. But check with your owner's manual or the manufacturer on that with the on-demand. But the tanks for gas, propane, are way more affordable, in my opinion. So that is what the majority of the populace has. They all have a vacation setting or even a pilot setting. Turn it to one of those two, vacation or pilot. It will regulate at room temperature. It can get as low as 50 degrees, but that is just to prevent your pipes from freezing.
Right.
That's only if you're on well, though, right? If you're on city water, you don't need to worry about that.
Well, city water, if you have water flow,
you're good.
See, because the thing is, with well water, my well dies when the power goes out. So I literally have like buckets of water sitting around just, because I'm out of water as long as I'm out of power. If you are on a community supplied pressure feed line from a municipality and you have water during a power outage, not necessarily a big worry. Unless you're out for multiple days, it would be prudent to turn it down, unless you're actually using the hot water.
Okay.
So, no, very, very good observation, because I have lived in municipalities where the water does run if we're out of power. So, but as long as you have flow, you're good.
And if you have hot water during a power outage, oh my God, I'm coming to your house.
Right.
Come on over, guys. Come on over.
Oh,
the house may be 30 degrees inside, but we have hot water.
Right?
Right. I got a wood stove. Was I clear on generators? Any questions about generators? Have gas.
I think so,
have
but
extra gas.
To be honest, for the folks like us that can't afford to have a generator that powers the whole house, you don't ever run a generator in the house. You should never have to say that, but you do.
Or barbecuers.
Right, or a propane heater. Make sure it's rated for indoors, or again, you'll have carbon monoxide poisoning. In carbon monoxide, you cannot see, you cannot smell, you just go to sleep and you don't wake up. So with that, make sure you're checking your oil, make sure you're checking your fuel, make sure it's not a generator that requires you to put oil in your fuel, which there are some. I think the ones today that are more modern don't require that. And again, make sure what you're plugging in is the wattage that you don't overdo your generator. So you want to always make sure that what you're plugging in is a lower rating than what the generator is good for.
There's 2 wattage types on them, too.
Exactly. Now,
there's starting watts and running watts.
With that, be prepared. That's the key. I believe in being prepared comfortably. So have a plan A and a plan B. If you don't think you're going to be okay during a power outage, then have an evacuation plan. Have a somewhere else you can go. especially for our disabled, especially